audio's live at least. Yeah, I'm listening to it on my phone.
I guess if you just hit it once and wait, it comes on. And then, once it's like, your thing will turn white, and you can click on it and it'll turn on. So you,
I always have to hold it.
I thought so too, until I clicked it and I let it sit, and after about 2 or 3 minutes, it came on.
You mean if you touch it, it doesn't turn on?
We used to,
Or if it's on?
No, it's on. I got 6 o'clock. You guys ready?
Yep.
Working? All right, I'd like to call the village board meeting to order. Everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call and open meeting law compliance check.
President Jeff Millies,
Here.
Trustee Jay Pecca. Here. Trustee Dylan Newman.
Here.
Trustee Jim Hurth.
here.
Mr. President, note for record, you have a quorum of your village board, and also note for the record, you're in full compliance with the open meetings law.
Public comments. Any public comments? Come forward and say your name and address for the record, please.
Keith Grams, South 70, West 22375, Sonoma Way, Big Bend, Wisconsin 53103. My public comments are about this recent enactment of UTVs and ATVs on village roads. Myself and a lot of other people were totally unaware of this. We were never canvassed, asked, or anything about it. I moved out here 35 years ago to get rid of this baloney. Now we got ATVs, UTVs, and these little motorbikes running all over the place. And the problem where I live is that it's a stop on Guthrie Road there. So whatever goes past comes back the other way. And it's not crazy yet, although when it first enacted, it was a little nuts, and I think somebody kind of like says, hey, you know, these little bikes, first of all, you can't see them. They're noisier than hell. And like I say, once back again. And I just saw that an individual riding one of those, I think it was in Racine, Kenosha, was killed recently riding one of those on a public road because they're not licensed for public roads. And I was wondering, is there any way you can have a referendum to see how the people feel about this? It's our village, and this just popped up out of nowhere. I know they did it in Muskego, and they're having problems with Muskego with e-bikes, although the bikes don't bother us because they've been, you know, they don't make noise, and they go through and they're on their way. So I was just wondering if there's a possibility to get a referendum, some public opinion on this, or any way to stop the little bikes from going there. Because they shouldn't be on the road. They're dangerous, and with the increased traffic because of the freeway, we get a lot more traffic coming through on our streets now. I don't know if it's the other subdivisions, but I know we're convenient to National Avenue, so people like to cut across and come through the subdivision. And I'm just afraid one of these little guys is gonna get hurt. And then it bothers not only the person that's hurt, but the person that's injured or killed. And something's gotta be done to stop this and enforce the speed limits around here because it's getting a little crazy. And I know you can't comment on public comments, but if you could have some way of having a referendum on a November ballot about this and see how the town people think. We pay the taxes, we pay the bills. We'd like to keep it the way it was for the past how many years? So that's just my public comment.
Thank you. Any other public comments? All right, moving on to miscellaneous matters. ALS agreements with the Village of Big Bend, Waukesha, Waterford, Wales, Genesee Fire Departments, East Troy, East Troy Area Emergency Services District, and the Michigan Fire Company. I asked to put this back on the agenda. I don't want to see it fall to the wayside here. Our previous contract was approved by the attorney. But we got to set the amount at $550, was it?
Yeah, some
so.
close.
And then we're gonna put also a yearly increase. There's nothing in there about percentage increase each year.
Like a
And then
three.
my other question is, once we agree on this, we should get it sent out to the communities, say it's gonna be effective by January 1st?
Is it, how much notice do we have to give them? I thought it's 90.
Well, for budgetary reasons and stuff, I thought that'd be nice if we just did it starting January 1st, so they can, those are my only concerns. I just didn't wanna,
I think that
we
would be
did all
fair.
this and then all of a sudden, okay, let's finish it up.
I think that would be fair, you know, after January 1st. But what do you think a fair amount each year for increases or whatever?
3%?
2.5%.
And I couldn't remember how McQuanago had it worded.
They were 3. I don't think it's a yearly. I don't think it was a yearly amount. But I know they went up by 3%.
What would it be like biannually or something?
I don't know how, like you said, I don't know how they had it worded, but I know like their last, I don't know if they changed it now. Now it's 3% per year. But like their last year, I think was a 3% increase.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking for the verbiage, the kind of copy McQuanago.
Yeah.
I think if they're at 3%, I mean, I think 3% increase would be fair.
As long as we're matching inflation, it's fine for me.
All right, so we direct staff to find the wording on how Village McQuanago worded that, to incorporate into our ALS agreement.
You're increasing it to what amount? I know the percentage and
Same as
Five-
McQuanago, yeah, was it 550?
I think it was a weird number, like 552 or 547.
550
And then a 3%.
Oh,
increase.
550. 557. I can't
because
remember.
they've enacted
go
the
with that.
percentage increase or something where it gets
Right.
goofy.
And the Wales contract, I don't know if that would be applicable because they're no longer, they're with Western Lakes. So,
They're pretty far. I don't know how often we give them mutual aid anyway.
I'll double check with their administrator.
Sounds good. We'll bring this back one more time before we
Send them out.
send them out,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
All right. Village board decision on replacing trustee number 2. We had one applicant who was highly qualified. That was the only one we received, wasn't it?
That's correct.
So do we want to post it a little longer? I don't, we
How
never
long
got on Facebook, did it, or?
It was on
Oh, it
Facebook.
was on
Yeah.
Facebook?
But there's a lot of our residents that don't do Facebook that do the website, so it would have to be like on a news flash, so people know that it exists, the position, vacancy exists.
Should we do them both again?
It's not a problem.
And then
What
make a-
deadline do you want, gentlemen?
make a
And then have a
decision
due date where it's gotta be in.
by the next board meeting?
By the next board meeting,
Well,
so
let's make it like a day or two before, just so that the agenda's already set and everything.
So your next board meeting is July 2nd.
So like July 1st or something.
or at the end of June.
Or yeah, 30th.
I'd
Be
say
fine.
on the Friday before the Friday before the next meeting, get it in by, and then that gives
That'd be
Karen
next
will-
week.
Karen enough time to work.
Oh, that's not an issue. Even if you got something on the 2nd, it could be emailed to you.
Well, let's just say June 30th.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think
I
that
agree
would
with
look
that.
good.
okay,
June 30th by end of day, end of business.
that's fine. Is that agreeable by consensus, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna butcher these names. Operator bartender license for Danica Knudsen, Madison Butts, Mariah Vidas, Sarah Frucci, Grace Frucci, Ariana Catrichis, Tara Krukulis, I don't know. Bailey Saban and Anastasia Zuka.
I just wanted to let the board know that each of these applicants either are a renewal or have all their class information in. We did the background checks, everything checks out perfect. Fees have been paid, these are all ready for your approval.
Can we do it all at once?
Yes, you can.
I'll make a motion to approve all of these operator or bartender licenses.
Do you wanna state the name?
As stated by the village president
Yeah,
and
what
printed
he
on
said.
the agenda.
Yep.
I'll second.
All right, motion made was by Dylan, second by trustee Hurth. Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Firework permit for Tom Youngbluth at South 77 West 25190 National Avenue.
This is the second year Mr. Youngbluth has come for his permit. He's the only person in the village of Vernon that comes to the board and actually gets a permit, and everyone knows that there's lots of people that do blow off fireworks. And
And he submitted proof of insurance.
yes, I didn't put his insurance information in the public packet, but he submitted, he's paid his fee, his, I mean, the insurance company was a little funny this time, which it said, well, last year you had no problem with it. And I did, just so the board knows, I did call the city of Muskego, because they issue about 50 to 60 permits late in June, and it just goes to their clerk, and the clerk makes sure that they have all their, the insurance issue is the big deal. And they double checked with in the city with their attorney, and they don't have any problem with it whatsoever, so. And Tom has never had a problem with his firework display, there's never a problem.
I'll make a motion to approve
Second.
Tom's firework permit.
Second.
Motion made by trustee Hurst, second by Dylan Newman. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Tom. Chapter 160, Fire Prevention Ordinance.
I put this on, Mr. President, after consulting with you, because this ordinance is dated, and I wanted to ask the village board if they want to proceed in the same fashion that the city of Muskego does, whereas if somebody makes an application and their insurance information is at the standards that it should be at, million or 1.5 million, or million, yeah. If the board wants to see these, do you want, because we have another person that has asked for fireworks permit, but I don't have a board, well, you probably are gonna have a board meeting on the 25th of June, because that's when the auditor is gonna do her Zoom meeting. So we do need to have a village board meeting on the 25th of June. But I just wanted to know what your feelings were, because this is an ordinance that I work with the fire chief, obviously, on, because there's a lot of NFP there's standards that have to be in that ordinance, but just wanted to know if I had your permission to start drafting that, and then what's your opinion in regards, do you want to see these permits come to the village board?
It's just nice to know that they've been issued, so if there's fireworks going on, we can say, oh yeah, they got a permit, or.
And that's something, just like peddler's permits, we post those.
That'd be fine.
So not just the board, the public would know too if someone's got an approved permit. Because once they're approved, we do notify the sheriff's department and the fire department that there has been, and they actually get a copy of the application so they can see the dates stuff like that.
Okay, no, yeah. I'd be fine treating like the peddler's permit, just,
Yeah, posting it. And like I said, you can think about, I don't need an answer right away, but just think about, because it's gonna take time to draft this, because the fire protection order is pretty comprehensive. So I just wanted your permission to start that process, and then it would come back several times before you'd approve.
just need a consensus to start.
Yeah, just permission.
It's fine
Sounds
with me.
good.
Fine.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, moving on to correspondence, announcements, and report.
Oh,
Let's,
Mr. President, we just have to set the date.
oh, that's right.
The auditor is ready to do the audit report, and she'd like to zoom in because she's in La Crosse. That'd be a little ways for her to come in. But she'd like to do it on the 25th, Thursday, the 25th at 6 o'clock.
Of July?
June.
It's fine.
Should
With me
work.
at least.
And we'd invite finance, and it's a public meeting, so.
We're gonna be via Zoom as well, right? Or are we coming in person?
It's up to you. I mean, she has to Zoom, because that's a long way for someone to,
I don't wanna pay her to drive down here, so.
Yeah, you guys wanna meet here as a whole, or? It shouldn't take more than a half hour,
we probably wouldn't
I'm
even.
fine via Zoom,
or,
but it doesn't make a difference to me, I guess. What do you guys think?
Oh, I'd come in.
I think I'd come in too.
Okay.
But
But you
if
could
you can't
Zoom,
make
couldn't-
it, you can zoom in.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, and
Yeah.
6 o'clock is good?
Sounds good for now.
Okay.
For now.
All right, now correspondence and announcement reports. Let's skip ahead to the sheriff's report so they can get out of here. Anybody have anything new for the sheriff? Wasn't much in the report. Looked like it was a pretty quiet month.
Yeah, it was more call heavy than anything, but, still just doing my best to enforce traffic on National Avenue from all the detours and, while juggling everything else that's going on, so that's about it.
Is traffic just worse because of because of the 43 construction, or is just that much more traffic? It seems like no matter where you go, there's a lot of traffic.
It's all over.
Rush hour, like between 3 and about 6, it's like bumper to bumper all the way down both directions on National, so.
Yeah, because Forest Home is bad too, and
Yeah.
it's even going up to McQuanago on Maple. It's like, where are all these cars? It's like,
I am doing my best to address everyone's complaints about the speeding, it's just hard to be everywhere at once, so I'm doing my best.
all right, well, thank you. You guys stay safe.
Joe, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
And the rest of the department also, Lieutenant.
All right, all I have is I'd like just to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day this Sunday. Trustee Pecca, anything?
Well, I don't know, we're getting ready for the 4th, so I want to wish everybody luck getting everything ready for the 4th holiday coming up. Oh, one thing, I'd sure like to say that I think Brett does a good job at keeping our fields for the kids cut and maintained. They really look nice. That's it.
Trustee Newman,
I'll ditto the last two comments.
Trustee Earth?
Same.
We gotta go backwards one of these times. He should say so. Let's see, in the packet, we had the May Treasurers Report. We're not out of money yet. It's good. That was just for our viewing, right? You don't need a motion to approve that?
No, it's
Yeah.
just the treasurer's report.
We had the fire department report in there, we just did the sheriff's report. Karen, you wanna give the administrator clerk's report?
Yeah, I just wanted to let the board know that I put the decision, and we'll make that public, but I put the decision for the Village of Lisbon sex offender litigation in your packet so you could read it, but you should know it's going to be, they know for sure it's going to be litigated further. And we're watching that closely because we just amended our sex offender ordinance. So all municipalities watch these real closely to see what's happening. I did swear our new fire commission members in this last week. We do not have any peddlers permits, and I'll have Tammy post that on the website because we have some bug companies running around trying to sell contracts. So just let residents to know to call the sheriff's department if you do have any peddler coming up to your property. We did the final lift, the binder and the final lift on Edgewood Avenue, Evergreen. That was completed today. I have been sending you all the reports that I'm getting from the DOT has at least 3 meetings a week on all the things that are happening on, I don't tune in for all of southeastern Wisconsin, but when it comes to Vernon, I do. And I haven't heard the results of the borings that they did on Center Drive Bridge, but they were really concerned about the molding and corrosion of the concrete. So as soon as I get that information, they're contemplating on when they get those results, they might have to shut the freeway down completely in the evening to rip apart because of the danger when you're taking a bridge down, the concrete falling. So I'll keep you posted. Every meeting I go to, I send you the notes so that you can see what's happening in the community. The other thing is the highway guys are, just so the residents understand, they're doing a very wide strip cut of the right-of-way, and they're not being too meticulous as it comes to the entrance of driveway. So if the residents could be patient, they want to do the big wide cut to get those weeds down, and then they're going to come around again and do touch-ups by people's driveways. So just give them a little bit of time, because we finally got the summer help hired, so they're working on the parks now, so the guys can work on the highways. And the last thing, I'll have to let the board know that we've been fined several times for people dumping tires into our garbage or our recycling bin, because obviously municipalities can't do that either. So we're probably gonna have to lock up our gates, because our cameras don't go deep into the where we do the recycling. I also have Waste Management looking to see if we can get locked containers, so that if people need to use, which we have no problem providing that service, but 1 week we got a $230 fine for somebody dumping their tires into and it's not our DPW guys, it's someone, and I'm not saying it's necessarily residents, because we don't card people when they come in here to drop off their recycling. I mean, they can't drop off garbage, but recycling, so I'll keep you posted on those. And that's all I have, Mr. President.
Yeah, I think we better put on the future meeting agenda about adding another security camera, what
I
that cost
agree.
would be.
I agree.
Yeah, but even adding a security camera, I mean,
Well, if we can get the license plate number to the
Yeah.
vehicle.
but you'd have to,
Okay.
actually catch them in the act,
Well, if you got them on camera, couldn't the license plate?
Oh, we see people coming in and out, but
Well,
you'd have to have it right on the,
Yeah, we got another
Yeah.
camera down already.
but we should put on the agenda so you're not violating open meetings law. But I just want to let you know what we're dealing with
So
people.
that's why I said, let's put it on the agenda.
Yep, I'll put it on the July 2nd one. Is that okay?
Sounds good. All right, finances, accounts payable for June 18th, batch number 20260618, in the amount of $87,488.51.
I looked through, I didn't see anything, so I'll make a motion to approve them as is.
I'll second it, I went through them. Any further discussion, any questions on any bills? All right, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Then we have a manual check for Securian, $130.97.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I can second that one.
Motion made by trustee Newman, second by trustee Pecca. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes unanimously. Then we had May ACH transactions in the amount of $141,851.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Motion made by trustee Hurth. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Newman. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. And our May 26th financial report.
No motions required on
Yeah,
this
that
one,
was-
Mr. President.
All right, now we have a few board minutes. First ones are from May 21st of 2026.
And these are the closed session minutes?
These are pretty easy. I'll make a motion to approve those.
I'll second.
Motion made by trustee Newman, second by trustee Hurth. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Then we have the meeting for June 2nd, which was a Zoom meeting for Evergreen Drive.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Motion made by trustee Hurst, second by trustee Newman. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Then, closed session minutes from June 4th.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by trustee Hurth. I'll second it. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. And we have minutes from June 10th, village board minutes, appointment on the fire commissioner.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by trustee Hurth,
I'll second that one.
second by trustee Pecca. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Upcoming meeting and announcements. July 2nd and 16th will be our next village board meetings. All administrative and DPW offices are closed on Friday, July 3rd in observance of the 250th anniversary of the 4th of July. July 8th is our village finance committee meeting at 5 p.m. And
Oops,
no,
that should be July 8th.
July.
July 8th will our village board and plan commission at 6 p.m. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
You gotta do 8 o'clock when you're done, or?
Sue texted me this week yelling that I gotta say who's making the motions, because I can't tell by the audio.